Power Motion Picnic Hour, sometimes with special guests. Say your name, special guest.
We've got a pretty special episode.
This is the Power Motion Picnic Hour. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of the Power Motion Picnic Hour, celebrating the year in running, the year that was 2023. As always, I'm your host, Dave, and as always, alongside me is...
Trevor.
Trevor, what's going on? How are you?
I'm doing very well. Excited to be wrapping up the year in running, the year in podcasting. I'm feeling good. How about you, Dave?
Feeling good. Yeah. What a year it's been. This is wild. It's crazy. Our 27th episode of 2023, and we started late.
We started late. Yeah. It's a finale of sorts, but we also have not yet finished the second season. I think we're 2 episodes away by our Twin Peaks seasonality.
Yeah, by our system of measurement, this is just another week, another day out there on what do we say in the theme song? Trail or tread or road or tread?
Feet on treader ground, maybe.
Dear listener, please write in and tell us the words to our own theme song that we can't remember.
Actually running with feet on treader ground. I think that's us. That's us now.
As the popular theme song goes.
Yep.
Well, I don't know we're doing year in running, but should we real quickly talk about how our weeks in running were?
Yeah. I mean, I think we got we've got a pretty special episode planned with a lot of ideas anyway that we've talked about, and we'll see which ones actually make the cut. But yeah, if you want to start with a traditional standard sort of weekend running, I think that's a great place to start.
Well, it has been the holiday season, so I've gotten very little running in. But I did get a lovely 4-mile run today, kind of late morning, running around the hills of Virginia. I'm just like about 20 miles or minutes or something like that outside, depends how fast you run, outside of Richmond. So I did a nice 4-mile run. That was really nice. It was in the low 50s, so it's kind of a beautiful, perfect weather for a run. Didn't do any other holiday running other than that. My camera's not working, which is a bummer because I wanted to show you. Today was kind of the last day I had of gift exchanging.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to show you this lovely gift I was giving today, which is but I'll read about it since most people can't see this anyway. I was giving a lovely box of Bobos, a multi-pack, Oat Bar multi-pack with 4 original, 4 chocolate chip, and 4 coconut.
Oh, wow. So, what a multi-pack.
I just thought it's great to get gifts from listeners to the pod.
Yeah. And you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with Bobos. Always a great gift.
Yeah. So, truly blessed this year. How about you? How was your week in holiday running?
Yeah, light as well. I've been doing some holiday used treadmill shopping, seeing if I can score a deal on a local treadmill that somebody has not been running on. So I think that will really sort of like kick off 2024 to a really good start if I can get that in place. But in terms of actual running, not just thinking about running, I did a good run yesterday. I got out for almost 2 hours and went over to the local spot, the local favorite spot, and ran around there, got a nice long run in. So that felt really good. Although I'm quite sore. I'm more sore than I, would have been on a similar run just a couple months ago. But,
sure.
It's sort of the new baseline, I guess.
Yeah. Gotta start from somewhere, and it's all up from here.
Yeah, exactly.
or flat, depending on what setting you put on the new treadmill. I try to always put incline on a treadmill run these days because I figure if I'm on the treadmill, I want to be getting something extra out of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. I think alternating sort of some incline and some flat in a single workout can be good and interesting too, different speeds. But yeah, I think my big focus, not trying to get, super complicated or anything, just keep it simple with focus on running time and volume, just back to sort of consistency, see if I can start putting in kind of more regular weeks again, which will be interesting to see because work schedule has been has been busy. There's been travel. There's been irregularity, but I think I'll just have to figure out how to kind of fit it in. So that's kind of the goal as we kick off next year.
Yeah, work is the enemy of the run, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, my camera's working again, so I'll show you. Here's my Bobo's Oat Bar multi-pack.
Oh, beautiful. Those look like full size too.
Oh my God, they're great. Maybe I'll people like little peek behind the candelabra, right? So I'll rip it open on air. We can hear that. And
Little pop. Yep.
that's what it sounds like opening.
I wonder if that dear listener that looked like the multi-pack featured on one of our unsanctioned Bobo's ads, where we just tag like Bobo's in a product. And I wonder if the listener happened to have followed our link. That could be our first sort of foray into the world of paid sponsorship on the podcast.
That's pretty exciting. Yeah, our test run, our pro bono advertisement. That's whatever. It's a pilot program, which
It's a pilot program.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, great weeks in running. And I guess we should get down to the year in running. I don't know how do we want to address that? Do we want to? I know we have a lot of categories to talk about, or maybe personal accomplishments to review.
Yep, we got a lot of categories. Took down some stats. We've got some, and we got a lot of. We wanted to. I guess we should just sort of come out and say. I think like through this episode, we'll sort of weave in a lot of updates from special guests. So we tried to check back in with as many special guests as we could, and just sort of come back to some things that piqued the dear listeners' interest, in the conversations earlier this year. And
yep,
we'll share a bit there. We've even got some listeners, some special guests dropping in live, I believe. So
if all goes according to plans, some former special guests are going to check back in with us and let us know how they're doing. I know you checked in with some former special guests, and I checked in with some as well, and there were even more that I was supposed to check in with that I forgot to check in with or didn't get around to. So there's a little bit of mystery that's gonna be part of this year in running review, where we won't really know the answer, and we'll have to accept that as part of life, that you can't have all the answers sometimes.
Well, if we missed anyone's favorite special guest, just send us a DM or leave a comment on any Dave Rawlings Instagram post, as always. And
a former special guest update is only a comment on Dave Rawlings Instagram away.
Yeah, we'll be glad to check in. So yeah, I mean, I guess we've teased it out enough. Do you want to start with an update from a special guest?
I have an update from a special guest. I reached out to former special guest and popular critic of running and popular non-runner, Susie Hot Rod.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her for an update because I know she had not really been doing running before she joined us. And but we were trying to convince her to run, and that was sort of the theme of that episode. And so I asked her if she had done any running, and she didn't really answer with a yes or no, but I gathered from her answer that she has not done any running. But she feels that she owes us a run out of guilt. But then there was a part two, which is a friend asked her to join a high rocks team, which I had to look up what that was. And that's like I don't know, a thing that's running and other exercise mixed into one, I guess, when you don't have a lot of time and you want to pack it all in. So, and I guess she's joining a high rocks team, and there's 1K of running between each exercise station in that. So it sounds like she will be doing some running soon.
Okay. 1K. All right. That's what would that be? It's like a little over half of a community mile right there.
Yeah, so she's going to, but it's like 1K, then you do a set of exercises, then another K, more exercises, another K. So I think you end up doing a lot of running. So even aside from her guilt running, it sounds like she will be doing some running. So that's exciting.
Awesome. Well, so not running in maybe the sense that the traditional sense, but incorporating some running into a new sport nonetheless. And as we do, we celebrate all forms of ambulation and running, and we'll count it. Rocks team.
High rocks, I think.
High rocks.
I didn't write it down, but I think that's what it was.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar.
Yeah. So anyway, how about you? Do you have any updates from any former special guests that people might be dying to hear about?
Checked in with listener favorite Tom Bosworth.
Oh, one of my favorites as well.
World record holder, fastest mile time, 5:31:08, and we had a hard time sort of connecting too much. Tom is very busy. One thing Tom is doing after having shattered his world record mile time at a community mile effort, sort of several months after the event itself, but he did sort of put up his 5:17. He's now, I think, trying to, and these things are probably not related. I think he's doing this other thing independently, but he's also trying to beat his 10K walking time running.
Wow.
So that's just a general life update on Tom. As far as our interaction, like I said, not a whole lot of chatter. I did ask him if he his thoughts on the band Electric Light Orchestra, and he liked that comment, which we can probably take to mean
He likes the
yes,
band.
he likes the band.
Yeah, and we can this will be a little bit more mystery.
His countrymen.
Yeah, fellow English person.
Yes,
I don't know if Jeff Lynne runs or if any of the other guys from ELO run,
we're
but
not sure, but they're all sort of connected at a Bosworth level. So yeah, those are a couple updates. What do you want to go to next?
well, let's see. I don't know. Should we do I think people won't be able to stand it, so we'll go for Oat Bar of the Year. Drum roll, Oat Bar of the Year with Bobos. Okay. Great Oat Bar. I think that was easy. What else do we got? Any other categories?
You've got to get the applause, sort of voiceover applause for that part.
I'm gonna find some
Um,
cheesy effects and really edit them in this time. I know usually I just say I'm gonna do that, but
Oat Bar of the Year, we got to do it.
yeah, this time yeah.
Yeah. Well, this time you'll do it, and I'm excited. The more we talk about it, the more you're actually gonna have to do it in editing.
Yeah, as mentioned in our last or two updates ago, we use guilt a lot on this podcast. So I'm being guilted into it at least.
We do. I'll go to some stats in a bit, but I did maybe we'll do another of the year award. So
Let's do it.
I've got a book of the year.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's Haruki Murakami's Why I Run.
Yay. Oh, good. If I have the applause effect, that's going to come in handy again. I love that book. I was running today in my Mizuno Wave Inspire 19s, thinking about.
Inspired by the book, right?
Yeah, I love telling people why I switched to Mizuno basically because of that book, because of Murakami. I was describing the book to someone and I was saying it's like the book is like it's full of like humble brags. And then I was like, they're not really humble brags, they're just brags. He's just like, I'm a great runner. I mean, I never have to stop when I run a marathon. I can run and yeah.
It's something that I think our generation is trying to get more comfortable with, and granted, Murakami I think is a few years older than us, but the idea of that swagger, just like owning it and
Yeah.
being psyched on it too, because being humble's great and a very polite thing to do, but yeah, own some swag.
Yeah, own it.
Go for it, man.
That reminds me of another category. I'll let people saw that the dictionary, I think, had a word of the year,
Oh yeah,
and they went with Riz.
I
And
still
so,
don't know what that means.
yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to look it up, but us over here at the Power Motion Picnic Hour, we had a word of the year, and that was onward.
Onward.
And I think we might have somebody calling into the Power Motion Picnic Hour right now, old school style, where they just show up. Ladies and gentlemen, stepping into the virtual Power Motion Picnic Hour running studio right now is popular runner, former special guest, and current special guest, Jim Pergolesi. Hey, Jim, welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. How are you?
Oh, good, man. It's so good to have you. Did you have to click a agree to recording thing when you logged in?
I did,
Oh,
yes. I
oh,
didn't
good.
read the fine print though.
It's fine. It's okay. I mean, you probably like couldn't successfully run for president after being on this show. But other than that,
Thank goodness.
yeah, exactly. So one less thing to worry about, really, if you think about it. You're welcome. Welcome back welcome. Thanks for joining us on our year in running special.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I think first, even before we asked you to join us, we reached out for an update, and then we were like, oh, might as well do this live on pod. I know our listeners wanted an update about your FKT attempt earlier this year. You want to give us a
Yeah,
quick update?
sure, sure. The quick update is it was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I went out with my buddy Aaron, and we I want to say ran, but probably about 98% of it was hiking,
Nice.
which may have been spoiler alert, that my downfall. But we
Uh-oh.
got we were pushing really well. We got about 85 miles through a night, and I started to have some pain in the back of my knee, and eventually, after um, some discussion, decided to call it and called my dad to get picked up, which was nice. And decided we were going to get picked up at about 100 miles of the 140 we had planned, and still had quite a ways to go to get out. And several hours later, hiking slowed, was going up a bit of an incline, and just felt a pop and went down pretty hard, and ended up tearing a calf muscle. Had the New York State, uh, I don't know, Rangers, whatever. I think it was
The
the
New York
Rangers.
Rangers, I believe, the hockey team. Yeah.
Yes, yes. What was it? Mark Messier. He came on the ATV,
Paul Coffey.
picked me up. I was going for the one Ranger I could remember, and
I
I don't
don't
even know
remember
if I
many
got
either.
it
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I hiked a couple miles with that calf muscle injury, and then they picked me up, and I was in the bed of a ATV for a couple miles, and then didn't run for about 2.5, almost 3 months. Did a lot of bike riding, but yeah, I'm back at it at this point, and that is the update of my FKT.
Well,
It was not successful, and yet very eventful.
yeah, and I mean, well, I'm sorry to hear about your injury and that it didn't go as planned. Although, as far as this podcast goes, we do love talking about when things don't go as planned. So we thank you for staying on theme.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Um, did you see any owls out there?
I did not. We were really hoping we would see moose. We were in the
Oh,
Moose River Plains for a good portion of our adventure, but alas, no moose. Some deer, a lot of squirrel, a lot of chipmunk. That's about it.
a very cute run. Uh, and then I guess we just might have one or two more questions. But what do you think about ELO, the band?
Oh. I don't like the shortening of their name, because really the only thing I know about them is Electric Light Orchestra, which is just a great name, and I think that should be celebrated and not abbreviated.
A hot take.
It is
That's
a
all I
hot
got.
take. Did they abbreviate it themselves, or was that done by their listeners?
Oh, that's interesting. There, yeah. I don't know.
I think the cover of their 1979 effort does have just ELO, but then like maybe the words inside the letters.
If it's 79, that's like 10 albums in, but
Yeah, by that point,
yeah. They
it could have
they
already
were
been
yeah, they had
been
already
ELO.
changed their name from Chicago Transit Authority to yeah, shortened it to ELO, I think is how it goes.
It
Uh,
flowed
Yeah,
better.
Roy,
yeah.
Roy Wood was long gone.
Some of our
Uh,
listeners might appreciate that. The place
yeah.
I'm recording, they asked me if I need it quiet outside. And so I'm wondering if noise is making through, which I don't think they will. But I was like, no. I was like, I record in New York City usually. There's so much noise, so much noise in the background. So I actually feel more comfortable with the screaming I hear from next door.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
makes you feels like home.
Little piece of New
Um,
York here in rural Virginia.
yeah, yeah. So let's see. So Jim, we have just for some reason referenced you on probably every single podcast since you joined as special guest.
I, I have. I am aware. Embarrassing.
Okay.
The most embarrassing part was wasting like 30 seconds of Katie Scheide's time by mentioning my name. I couldn't do it.
Listen, I loved that part. I think mentioning Jim to other runners is my favorite part of this podcast. And like, if we do eventually get like Usain Bolt on here, or like Shikari, or who are the other big names these days? I don't know, that
Yeah.
Norwegian guy who was like showboating
Oh,
at the 800 meters recently. Remember that guy?
oh
Yeah.
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 I want to tell him about you.
If we get Benyat Mama Swallow.
Yeah, nice. Good pronunciation. Oh yeah. Oh, or Kelvin Kiptum. That's who
Kelvin
everyone's talking
Kiptum.
about these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been practicing that since the last episode, Trevor. I can tell.
Well, I learned from the best. Yeah, Katie Scheid. So yeah, that was pretty cool. You beat she. I loved when she asked who beat me, and we got to say Jim Bergolese.
Oh yeah,
Um,
exactly. It's like you set that one
I
up so
did.
you could, yeah.
I did puff out my chest a little bit when you described me as an amateur ultra runner.
I was thinking that the moment you said it too. I was like, hey.
I should have just said popular runner Jim Pergolesi and just left it.
I
Just
mean, I think I won like a $15 gift certificate for coming in third in a race once. So I don't know if that disqualifies me from my amateur status, but
I like the amateur tag. You know what I mean? I like
yeah.
me
the
too.
tag of you're not doing it for money. You know, you're not doing it for productivity. You're doing it for love or for art or for oat bars or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Showing Jim the oat bars on camera that I got for winter seasonal holiday.
I think it's a good synopsis of the podcast and how we're all doing it for the love of running. That's really been a common theme of a lot of the episodes this year.
Yeah, we didn't know there would be one, but we know that we'll never get Strava as a sponsor after every guest unprompted called them toxic. That was one of my favorite parts of the year. I've that This podcast has caused me to not get a watch, like a running watch, and to not join Strava. It's like made me like stay away from it.
You've become your own inspiration.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
even know. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know I
yeah.
could. I didn't even know that was possible.
You're just doing what you were already doing.
Yeah.
But I have heard from a number of listeners that have said got to incorporate more of that Dave vibe, that Dave sort of mentality into the
That's
running.
wild. I was talking on the phone to popular parent, my father, 2 days ago, and he was reminiscing. We were reminiscing about running, and he ran my first 5K with me back in like I believe it was 1990, and he was. I said something about. I was like, yeah, I ran a pretty good time for an 8-year-old, and he said, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You vomited a lot at the end, or something. He said something like that. I was like, that's someone who can't romanticize it, you know.
Yeah,
Who can't
yeah.
just be like, oh yeah, there's a soul runner. He's like, here's the kid that puked. We had to hose off those shoes.
I have one other question,
Okay.
which is, and you've probably, if you are current on the Power Motion Picnic Hour, you might have heard this hit the mailbag, but there was a suggestion that us three might head out to the Adirondacks at some point, possibly in 2024.
I think we could meet right here. I'm actually in the Adirondacks right now,
What?
and yeah, I was actually going to suggest when Dave was talking about not wanting to get a watch or join Strava that rather than go that way, once we get you out into the woods, you're gonna want to keep track of your elevation, and you're going to want to run by heart rate a little more because it's harder to tell when you're going up the inclines. And you might go the other way. You might want to watch
I
when
might
we
want
get
to
you out in the
watch.
woods.
What did people
Maybe not.
use? What did people use before smartwatches?
Uh, Nothing.
Okay. We'll see.
First nothing, then like watches, but just not as smart.
Okay. Well, I'll reconsider it, and I'll also maybe run it by popular older runner, my father, and see what he used to do in
See
the
what
old
he used
days.
to do.
But
Yeah.
I am strongly in favor. Would love to get together and go for a nice jaunt through the woods, whether it be in the Adirondacks or Massachusetts or Van Cortlandt Park.
Let's do it.
Well, coach friend says he wants in, and he's suggesting, I think it's the Great Range Traverse out your way. Are you familiar?
I am, yeah, yeah. I actually have never done it. I would love to do it.
Wow. Okay, so it'd be a first for three of us.
Maybe I'll try to bring female gear shed testing correspondent along, so I'm not the slowest runner there. But we'll see.
Well, we're all going to be going around. We'll be all about the same speed.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're gonna stick together, right?
Yeah,
I don't have a watch.
Oh yeah.
You'll learn that running can also be just walking sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fine getting, lost when I run around the city because there's like signs, but in the woods, I think I need the safety in numbers to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably need some headlamps. I mean, that's a good, I think it's 20 something miles. There's a couple different ways to do it.
Oh man.
And it is a lot of elevation. That's definitely jumping off the high dive. When you're talking about going for a good long trail run.
Well, I can't wait for 2024. All sorts of new stuff. Trail running, flying cars, maybe finally. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? The future is unwritten. That's what I always tell children when I'm giving unsolicited advice to children at the mall. Shaking
They usually
hands.
Tell you to go away.
Yeah, they're like,
that.
who is that guy? But this time at least it's I think it's solicited. If somebody downloaded the podcast or even if they're just streaming, I think they want the advice. All right. Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining us.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you very much to a wonderful 2024 in running and the Power Motion Picnic Hour.
We'll continue to reference you every episode.
We'll talk about you. Talk about you soon.
This is the Power Motion Picnic Hour.
How great was that talking to special guest Jim Pergolesi, and it looks like we have another former special guest coming back to join us in the Power Motion Picnic Hour. Calling in now on the special guest hotline is popular musician Brendan Etter.
This is the Power Motion Picnic Hour.
I was in Thailand.
Oh, how was it?
It was great. I played at this Wonder Fruit Festival. We flew out there. It was like the whole thing, the whole 9 yards.
The whole ensemble went?
Like, 5 of us total.
That's awesome.
Enough to just have a couple things that I had to use playback for.
Nice. Did the people like
Only
it?
a couple. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we were great.
When you were on as special guest only a few months ago, I feel like you were talking about the logistics of playing in New York, and you just decided you decided Thailand instead.
Oh, I wonder if I didn't mention the Thailand thing because it wasn't completely set in stone or something. Because it's been in progress. New York never worked, but Thailand did.
We should revisit New York and see if I can make it happen.
Yeah, I need help.
All right. I said last time we spoke on air that I would help, but and I meant it. But this time I'll be more focused about it.
This is being recorded. I want a copy of this recording.
Exactly. I'll be more intentional about it and less casual about helping. Yeah. And we'll get you in New York. I don't usually do resolutions, but here we are, New Year's resolution.
There you go.
Yeah. You get Brendan in New York. Hell yeah. Okay.
Get Brendan in as much of the ensemble as possible to New York.
Yeah, I can use local players too.
Okay. I like that. That makes it easier.
Yeah.
We're ready. Backing out of half of the resolution. I like that.
Yeah.
Before New Year's, we're saying, well, maybe not everybody.
Maybe just one drink. I don't know.
Exactly. Then I'm going home, man.
Yeah.
Did you?
It's an occasion, special occasion.
Yeah, it's New Year's episode or something.
Yeah.
Did you go running in Thailand at all?
No, it was hot as balls. There wasn't enough time.
It's not a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't bring my running shoes either.
This is like the
resolution.
resolution.
I could have run on the beach, I guess. That would have been pretty cool.
That would be cool. Barefoot running
In
is tough.
sand.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh,
Like
they
it's
destroyed my calf. All of us got massages at the hotel we stayed at. Like the first day we got there, and I just X'd out the calves, and the lady just thought I meant like destroy, and she completely just demolished like the sensitive, like the most sore calf, like my left,
oh,
most of my leading leg. And I thought I wouldn't be able to walk the next day, but it was fine. It
Really?
totally was just a little sore. I afterwards, right after, it was really, I was kind of feeling a little limpy and it was really painful. But no, she just like worked out those, you know, loosened it up or whatever.
That's awesome. I like when someone follows
Yeah.
through on what they're supposed to do. That I could learn from this lady.
what they thought they were supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah,
What they thought they were supposed to do. Yeah, I don't know what
yeah.
your guys' experience, if you, after your long run, if you've ever gotten like a sports massage when you're really sore
No.
and what that's been like.
No, I've gotten like
No?
I think I've gotten like one or two massages ever, and just random,
Yeah.
like not related to yeah, not related to running
It's not like
certainly.
I'm injured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
So you did a bunch of follow-ups with most of the guests?
We've been checking in. We just had popular runner Jim Pergolesi on with some updates, and I think you're the only other live update we're gonna have. But we got a few write-ins, a few sort of like voicemails even. So
Yeah, we have a
it's
voicemail,
a
a
sort of a
recorded message from one, right?
yeah, it's a whole year in review. And
Yeah,
so I guess
Wow. Yeah, it's great.
what's life been like
Cool.
since you were a special guest on the Power Motion Picnic Hour?
When was that? I can't remember when it was.
July
May,
maybe?
July,
I don't know.
July.
June.
Oh shit.
We started the
Pretty
podcast.
good.
We started in May, and this is episode 27.
But we don't do
Okay,
one
wow.
every week. We do one every probably 10 days or so.
Whenever we
on
feel like
average.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So badass.
Keep it loose. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's changed. Yeah, it's just it was a good year for me. I feel like, really, really good about it. And I just want to kind of like grow off of it.
Mhm.
Like be able to play New York would be good. That was definitely on my list to go play in another place. But I got Thailand.
That's
That's pretty
Even
awesome.
better.
that is better. I mean, I've never
Yeah.
been to Thailand. I was in a band years ago where we like hatched some plan to go play in Thailand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like literally like I think it was like 2010 maybe we hatched this plan, or maybe 2011. And we didn't make it. And I've still never been. So yeah, getting to Thailand is a great accomplishment, and we salute you for that. And I will edit in an applause sound effect right here. And,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and edit insert. I don't.
We've gotten so much more tech savvy since I feel like you were on, Brendan. We're now just recording on Zoom. We no longer do our world clock sync, which was
Oh,
a
right.
fun way
Yeah.
to start before we knew what we were doing
That
at all.
was funny. I thought you were wrong.
We were.
We were wrong.
There's something wrong
This can't be right.
with this. This
I
can't
think
be necessary.
Yeah,
I think Susie Hot Rod told us just press record on Zoom.
that's true. Yeah.
Just use that.
Popular special guest Susie Hot Rod was like, just record on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said to pay for that.
I don't even think
You
we
know what I
do
forgot?
we?
I could have used my rig. I could have used my SM7B mic and like been like
Oh, that's
sound
right.
like fucking crazy good right now.
Another thing I've started doing that I didn't do when you were on, I think, is I've been like editing the audio. Like not just like editing, but like doing like compression and stuff, and like and cutting out like the lower, putting out a filter and whatever, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah,
make
but
it
I
nice
didn't.
and tight. Yeah, I started doing that as a little side gig. I've been doing some podcast editing,
Oh, nice.
and like they would really have you slam it. They make you go crazy.
I was
It's like
just
unnatural, but
I was just having a talk over the holiday festivities with an extended family member who hosts a popular podcast, and they've gotten to the point where they hire an editor.
Yeah.
yeah, the shows I've been working on, they have like two. They have someone editing editing the audio, because it's like they have to cut up these conversations and all that, so they assemble everything, and then they have someone like me go in and just neuter every little problem,
Not us.
DSs, do clicks, de-room, de-noise, de-plosive, compress, limit, compress.
There was a while this summer where I started editing more and more, and I would take stuff out, and then like probably last 10 episodes, it's just been like purely what we recorded with, like I said, I put like compression on it and leveled the vocals and stuff like that, but I haven't taken anything out. Like everything spoken made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Oops.
No,
I
you could
said it
No, it's
you
okay.
could you could swear. It's there's no bad words, just bad usage. I was just in the recording studio, actually like the music studio with my producer engineer. Um and he was doing something. I can't remember what he was even doing. And I just like brought up that I'm like, oh, I do this kind of thing now when I edit our podcast. And I said it like as if we were the same. Me, a guy who has very minimal editing skills, and this man who engineered a Warren Zevon album.
Oh.
Well,
we're the same.
It's like, good for you, buddy.
Yeah. Luckily we're good friends, and he humored me.
You want me to tell you what compression is?
Yeah, exactly. I would like that. Luckily he was nice to me, despite my delusions of grandeur.
So
I wrote down some running follow-ups. If you'd like to know, you said you want to know. Some of these are pretty mundane.
Okay, we do want to know. It's mostly our listeners who want to know.
If you prepared something, we want to hear it.
I don't want to forget, I just don't want to like get off the show and be like, oh, there's the one thing, But
I
think that we talked about this hill in Elysian Park, where I live near Dodger Stadium. And I think I was saying I hadn't run up it, and I was talking about it or something, but now I run up it sometimes.
Nice.
But I don't know if I had done it by then. I might have already done it. It was like this, I had to like get my mind over that hurdle and allow myself to be like, yeah, you could go up the hill.
That is exactly that's exactly the kind of update we want, for the record. Is
yes.
I thought about running up this hill and then I did it. You do it on like your regular run now.
No, I mean I've known regular run. It's like there's other routes, yeah. So
I actually thought about that story just the other day, because I was on a run and there was a hill, and I remember thinking, and I think I misremembered the story, because I remember thinking Brendan said you just got to go fast for a little bit and it makes the hill like a little bit like less bad. Just get it, sort of like condense the pain a little bit, make it like less prolonged.
do that for little hills.
Yeah,
we did talk about that. So what did you do?
I pushed through. I took that thought and I went up this little hill.
Yeah.
Hells yeah. Good work.
Nice. What else I got here? I got getting more into timing miles. Okay. With the Apple Watch. I had the Apple Watch by then, but I think we talked about that too. So we're going to be redundant here, but I feel like I've gotten a little faster, but it's still not very fast.
Well, we were impressed by your community mile submission. Included, I think, at least 2 miles and more.
It's 3 miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won in a sense, and then you ran the farthest distance mile that anyone ran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The farthest.
Yeah. Well, because most miles are usually.
Did I have it wrong?
I don't know.
Most people submitted a 1 mile effort, and I think you submitted a time for 3. 3 miles.
I did 3 miles.
I like that.
That was cool.
That's You.
I just didn't know what the task was. It's like, go run and tell us. I thought it was just go run around and tell us.
No, in our event, in our events, that's basically the way to win a category. It's to like invent a category. It's like to have your own approach, and then you're going to win that category because you're probably the only one. Yeah.
All right. What else do you have, Brendan?
I got shin splints for the first time.
Ooh.
That's a rite of passage.
Yeah, I've always been like, I'm short. I don't weigh very much. Like, maybe I'm just lucky, but which is probably also true, because I remember some people, I don't know who, but like in the past, were like, oh, I just can't run. I get shin splints. Yeah. I'm like, damn, that sucks. But I was house sitting next to Elysian Park, so now instead of a half-mile walk or distance from the park where the trail is, it's in my fucking backyard. So I was like, yeah. And I like went day one, I was like, fuck yeah. And I went the other way. I ran down that huge hill Usually I go the opposite way. And I'm like, I got to keep going. I'm on my timer, And I think running down the long hill and then following up like the
Yeah.
next day or the day after that and doing another time, like just gave me chins once. I had to wait for a little while to run again.
Hard downhill probably took a beating.
I remember my first shin splints. I think it was in high school track, and I I feel like I told my coaches, and they're like, "Yeah, nothing you can do about that. Just gotta run through them." I'm like, I feel like I often remark on the fact that these guys might not have been fully qualified, but
I
yeah,
did look that up. I was like, can I just still run?
yeah, I think you can. You're supposed to run. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not qualified to address this either. Actually,
No, they're like, you have to wait. They're
oh
like,
really?
sorry, you gotta fucking wait.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't. It's not gonna go away if you keep running with it. Apparently.
I had like a similar problem recently with not running related, but I got like bench presser's elbow. And like
Oh gosh.
I don't
Ooh,
think
yeah.
I don't
Ooh.
think that goes away. I think I've just got
Oh,
that now.
that's like when you throw out your arm or whatever when you're young, whatever that
Yeah.
means.
Oh, like in baseball, you mean? You remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would do that every year.
throw your arm out. I don't know what that is exactly, but I'm pretty sure I did it at some point in my life.
I think I threw out my
Maybe some
arm every
listeners
year.
can chime in and tell us
That's
their
right.
experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need
That
Absolutely.
benching elbow.
We need to crowdsource the answer about benching elbow, shin
Yes.
splints, and throwing out your arm in Little League.
Yeah.
I did everything, like
Um.
anything in sports you
Ah.
could do like that to, I would do that like first time I went out like skiing in a year. I would just like destroy my legs, or like first day of baseball, I would just throw it from the deep outfield to home plate, throw out my arm.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, running shin splints.
Man, I never learned how to throw, really. It's fucking weird.
You
I
didn't play
can't like
baseball?
really chuck a ball right. Like yeah, but and I'm like totally coordinated at all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like, I was
You played the
good at
drums and the
dribbling
piano.
and
Yeah.
basketball. Yeah, and like I can't really like launch a ball. Like there's something that's like not connecting where I'm trying hard and I feel like it's not that hard to get it farther. There's some timing issue or something, right?
Go see
Some
a
wrist thing.
go see a pitching coach.
Maybe we could address that. We should do a special video episode one day.
Yeah.
I was like an
You'll be
okay.
holding my
Yeah.
hips.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Brendan.
I was a super okay pitcher. And I bet Trevor was even a little better.
I was pretty okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a compliment or not to Trevor. Like I was a super okay pitcher, and I bet
No.
even Trevor was a little better.
Oh, well, I always say that I think Trevor is just like a little bit better athlete than me. So
Superior.
so what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that reference before for sure.
Whatever I am, he's probably a little better. Like when he and I
Yeah.
raced in the community mile, we did our miles head to head. And Trevor beat
You
me
did max. You were going.
full speed
You
for
were
a
going
mile.
like sprinting.
Yeah, as hard as
Well,
I could.
Yeah, I totally missed the challenge.
That's okay. We'll do another one next year.
Yeah, like
I
for
just
us,
ran a bunch.
Yeah.
we tried to go as fast as we could for the mile, but it was fun because it was an actual race. We were on the same
Yeah,
track.
we were on a track.
So we were racing each other.
That's amazing.
Live. Yeah.
What did you clock? I forget.
I did 6:23 and Trevor did
Oh,
6:21.
damn!
So I was just
I
slightly
definitely
better.
could not
Yeah.
do that.
But that's how so anyway,
Damn.
so that he's the equivalent better at pitching to that as I was.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're kind of
Wow.
like
Fast.
we're like the same. We're the same height, actually.
Yeah, so being taller makes you a lot faster, it seems.
The stride length,
yeah.
I think it helps. Yeah, but you still have to have
It's
like
huge.
good like efficiency, and all that, which we don't necessarily have.
Yeah,
but,
you'll get winded.
But yeah, Dave gives me the slightly better athlete. Meanwhile, he's like an exceedingly better musician.
I don't know about that, but
So
that's very kind. Maybe, but yeah, maybe we'll do a video maybe outside Dodger Stadium sometime and do a pitching. I'm actually, Brendan, I'm planning. I haven't signed up yet, but I'm planning to run the LA Marathon in March. So
holy shit!
So I haven't signed up yet. So
I could be on the side with a diaper for you.
Yes, when things go horribly wrong. Hey, you're gonna probably need this. I'll be like, yeah, I needed it sooner, but thank you.
Oh my God, a marathon. I drink, I smoke cigarettes, but not a ton of cigarettes, but I still smoke. I definitely wouldn't be able to do that on a marathon.
Yeah, that probably isn't wouldn't help.
Even if you have like 2 a day. I mean,
Yeah.
I know some athletes, like soccer players, they'll smoke and they just constantly run, but
Yeah, I
I bet
remember
it makes it harder for them.
Vlade Divac. He used to, right? Didn't he smoke like a pack a day? And
Vlade Divac.
yeah, he smoked like a
Well,
pack
he
a day
didn't
when he
have
played
to.
for the Lakers.
He probably smoked when he was guarding the fucking basket. He's all tall.
Yeah,
He's just like,
and there's a lot of
that's
rebels.
it.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Give me ball. Give me
Oh my
ball.
God, I loved Vlade, especially in his Kings days, but in his Lakers days as well. And then when we started this podcast, we used to talk a lot
Man,
about Joe Strummer from the Clash and because he ran 3
That's right.
marathons. I gotta think he smoked cigarettes,
crazy.
right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe our listeners could when they're writing in about shin splints.
Joe Strummer.
Yeah, I just feel like he'd
Did
probably
he
smoke
smoke?
cigarettes. Yeah,
He talked a
I
lot
I
about like
I think he had to. Everyone
yeah,
smoked back then.
he
yeah,
must have. Yeah. The story is definitely that he drank a lot before
yeah,
one of the marathons. But it might have been
Ugh.
Paris. It might have been the Paris marathon.
yeah. I think the Paris one is the one he did unplanned after
Wow.
like being out drinking all night.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
ran in like under 4 hours.
Joe
What?
Strummer on smoking. Oh,
Uh,
there's a whole
Ooh,
article.
live fact check
No.
first.
I already closed it. I closed it. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Oh, I
Wait,
got another one.
yeah, hit
Yeah,
us.
How
yeah.
about the variable heart rate?
Variable heart rate. Your HRV.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
you
talking
guys
about?
into that?
I don't know what it
Uh,
is.
You
I
don't get down with that?
Dave
No.
doesn't have he doesn't have a device.
Oh
No
yeah.
monitoring. No
No.
Oh
watch.
wow, you go
There,
commando.
there is one right next to me, but it's not mine. This is our female
I got the
gearshed
watch.
correspondence. Oh, which one do you have?
I got the
Apple, you
watch.
said?
I was hooking up with someone recently, and she basically made me take off the watch. She's like,
Ah,
"Nah,
really?
take off. I don't want that in the bed with us."
You're like,
Yeah,
what
it's
if my
like, come
heart rate goes
on.
crazy? Yeah, what if something's wrong with my heart?
Yeah, I wanted this to. I'm gonna
It's
log
like
some
my
fucking calories right
HRV.
now. I
Yeah,
know I'm
come
gonna be on
on.
top the whole time.
I need the watch to congratulate me for exercising today.
Yeah, yeah.
That was not
It's
where I thought you were
important.
going with HRV, but
I won't
so
be
I
able
don't
to come
know.
unless the watch is with me.
What's your
So
take?
no,
What's your take on it?
I want to know your take. But well,
I guess that's true.
I
You did ask
I
us.
think it kind of tracks it. Yeah, I mine's not very impressive. I was really disappointed because I thought because I run a lot and I go for jogs and whatnot, do my push-ups and I would have a decent one, but it's pretty mediocre. And I looked it up and I there's one guy talking about how he and his friends are obsessed with that shit and they're all comparing their heart rate variability and he said that was what made him quit drinking because even if he had like one drink it would just ruin it the next day
Hmm.
so I think that's why
I
like it
think
was like
I've
literally like one drink for this guy ruined it.
I think I've noticed yeah, I've noticed it is sensitive to like triggers like drinking or stress. Like if like there's a period of like higher stress, I'll notice it gets wrecked, sleep. Like so I'd say as a
Mm.
a directional indicator, it's pretty helpful. But I think what you said, like I sort of did the same thing when I realized like, oh, this is something that's tracked and like here's what it is. Let me learn a little bit more about it. I found that like the info was all over the map in terms of like what the raw numbers mean and like the best or at least the advice I liked the most of random things on the internet was it's just sort of like it should be relative to yourself, right? Like don't look at the number and say, oh, I should have like a, you know, 70 and not a 20 or whatever it is. And it should more just be like, what is it like? How does it like trend in your individual case? So I guess that's my take
Yeah,
on it. Like
yeah,
it's sort of helpful in terms of like that, but probably not much more for me anyway.
yeah. I want mine to be well. I it seems like people look at it as like an overall indicator of your health or well-being. So I just want mine to be just above average
I like that.
at least.
Yeah, I like that. That's
I'm like
good.
I feel like I deserve that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You
working
put it.
for that, but it's
You,
the sleep and the partying, sleep, no sleep, whatever. I'm sure that just trashes it.
yeah, yeah.
Just
So
get it. Just
going
get
into
it.
next year, maybe kind of work on it. I'll like start looking at it and see if I could tweak it a little.
We'll add that into the resolution category for next year. Since they seem to
Also,
be.
I'll take any advice from listeners.
Oh
Yeah.
If they want to challenge me to do some kind of running thing, you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Listeners, please, yeah, let us know what you want Brendan to do. We've got a lot of knowledgeable listeners, far more knowledgeable than us. So yeah,
Yeah.
please. Oh my God, yeah, we got some listeners who can run some crazy distances and fast speeds.
Oh no.
So
Oh
yeah,
no.
so go easy on them. But let's hear
I'm
those
five
ideas.
five.
I'm only
I live in
5'5".
a polluted place.
Well, I won't.
I smoke 2 to 5 cigarettes a day.
Are they lights? Marlboro lights?
No,
Oh, maybe
no, they're not.
the official
But I don't
cigarette of
even smoke the
marathon
whole
runners.
thing.
And when we were kids, I remember like in school and stuff, and there's anti-smoking and dare and adults telling you not to smoke. And I remember my grandmother, she didn't go for that. She like didn't think that was very practical advice. And so she used to tell me, I think she remembered peer pressure. And so she said, if you ever get peer pressured, like take a cigarette. Don't say no. I think she was being like, that's impossible. It's hard to say no. She's like, don't say no. Take a cigarette and then light it and then just hold it and let it burn completely out. And that was her advice.
Hell yeah.
I like that. It's practical advice, real world advice.
Yeah, it's like cool grandma advice.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I don't think she even knew she was being cool. She was just.
Yeah, it's pretty baller.
Yeah, she was just being.
Like,
She was.
just take. She's got this like New York accent.
She did.
Like,
She did have a New York
cigarette.
accent. Yeah.
I can't do it.
I can't
That
do
was
her
good.
accent.
I like that.
She'd be like, I can't.
Mine was definitely like a male sounding.
Why is my grandmother could kick some ass with her real world advice from the streets. That we'll make that a segment next year.
Oh, how about you guys are on the East Coast,
Mm-hmm.
right? I forget where exactly. You're not both in New York, right?
I'm outside Boston. I'm in the
Boston.
yeah, the suburbs west of Boston.
Beautiful there.
Dave's in New York.
And where are you at, David? I forget.
I'm in
Okay.
Manhattan.
That's
Although
right.
I'm currently in Virginia in the woods, but I'll be back in New York tomorrow. We're winding down. What else? Do we have any final thoughts for the end of 23 going into 24 or no?
Did you get to your
No.
list? Did you get to your list, Brendan? Do we leave anything off?
I got through
Oh, good.
running uphill. No, I got through it.
Okay.
Awesome.
I don't know I don't ever do resolutions, but I feel like I should make goals.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call them resolutions.
It's out there for the
Just some
listeners.
goals.
We'll let the listeners weigh in. We'll definitely let you know what they say. Just some ideas. They don't even have to be goals.
I'd love to have just a mild six pack. So if anyone
Okay.
wants to suggest
All right.
that, maybe it'll help if it comes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Some accountability is always helpful.
Yeah.
You guys have runners six packs.
Oh no.
Yeah,
not me. Not here.
No,
I have not quite, maybe almost.
Yeah,
it's like you're skinny enough, so something's there.
Yeah. I weigh 147 pounds and I'm like 6'1" and change.
And
So.
you're like 5'10". Oh,
Yeah,
you're 6'1".
yeah. I'm tall and thin.
Yeah, you're skinny. Yeah, you got a six pack. It's a six something.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly. I got something.
Yeah, all of them. You can see all the muscles, no matter how big or small they are.
Yeah, all the muscles and all the bones. Yeah, you see everything. Yeah, I'm like a thing you could demonstrate the
Man,
human
I'm gonna
anatomy
challenge you to
onto
get it.
elementary school students.
I'm gonna challenge you to bulk up.
Oh, all right.
Bulk
Okay.
up for 2024.
I'll try.
You're like, this conversation is over.
It's gonna be no. It's no. It's gonna. I'm saying it's gonna be. I was just thinking it's gonna be hard with my bench pressing elbow because I actually do lift. I lift weights as much as I run, but I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I just don't have the body type. I have it's funny. I look really fast, right? Yeah. I look like I'm fast, but I'm actually not very fast. But I might be and I'm probably stronger than I look, and I'm slower than I look. I think
I
both.
wonder how fast I could sprint. You did 6.5 minutes, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be like 7:20 if I went. I never tried. I'd be embarrassed. It's like I need a friend or somewhere. If I could go around like Echo Park Lake trying to sprint, like forget it.
Well, the problem with that
all these people, these children changing directions, the dogs barking at you.
Oh yeah.
This might be a good music video idea.
Going for my mile PR.
I've already done that.
Yeah, a running
Oh,
video?
you guys got to see my running music video.
Yeah, I
Oh
didn't see
yeah.
it. Oh, okay.
Called
Yeah.
East Pasadena.
Oh, hell's yeah.
Just look up Brendan East Pasadena. It's
East
me running,
Pasadena.
training like a boxer, and then going around and stealing people's plants from their yards.
I mean, yeah, how
And then
have
I
we
go
not?
back out and I just run around the neighborhood
Oh, we got it. So we'll definitely
and
post
I
that.
just take people's plants.
That's
Yeah,
perfect.
we'll post that from our Instagram.
It's
There's nothing more on brand than what you just described. So
I
Yeah.
I probably have some pretty funny clips I could send you too. Um,
we'll make a short
yeah, it
one.
was funny. It's just
I,
like a concept video. It's like an 8 minute song.
oh, nice. I was
That's
just talking
awesome.
about like
I
figuring
did.
out
It's like math rock.
hell's yeah.
Oh, that's great. We once identified partially as a math rock band, although we had very little actual math rock sound or technical sort of math rock tendencies. We just liked the idea that we were Americana math rock,
Well, yeah,
post math rock.
Like
yeah.
it sounds
I was gonna
mathy.
say we didn't say we were math. We described our band. This was a long time ago. We described our band as Americana post math,
Yeah,
Oh shit,
which
post
yeah,
math. You're like we're over that.
post
We've been
math.
yeah,
there.
we're post
Yeah.
math.
Post
Um,
math.
but okay, good. We'll share that. That's thrilling, and
Oh,
maybe
and sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Cool.
go
No one
ahead.
ever saw it really.
Oh,
Sadly.
well, we're gonna fix that. We get some eyeballs on it. The running community never saw it, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's who would like it.
Yeah.
we'll get it out there.
Oh,
And
I know.
it reminds me, I just remembered our special guest, Jesse Chandler, also known as his solo project is Pneumatic Tubes. And he's coming out with a 70s running boom inspired album.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. And we talked to him. He was special guest, couple guests after you. And I feel like the whole episode was like leading up to like that big revelation, and then we just forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, we never plugged.
Yeah.
All of us. But then we talked about it on the next
We
episode.
talked. Yeah, we never plugged it, so we followed up about it, which is fine. That's acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
how things go. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I think that's probably a good place to leave it, right? And then,
Yeah.
okay, Brandon, we'll follow up with what we hear from our listeners. We'll check in with you, but it'll be 2024.
Woo!
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the future holds, and then maybe we'll even also, and then we'll see each other hopefully in New York and in LA in 2024. That's the resolution.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
great.
we're gonna get you
Um,
playing, and you're gonna hand me a diaper while I'm running the marathon.
That's right. Yeah, in case you need
Yeah, just in case.
it.
All right, thanks,
Yeah,
Brendan.
pleasure, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
happy
Brendan.
New Year.
Yeah, back at you.
This is the Power Motion Picnic Hour. Pop open a bottle of bubbly. Yeah. Here's to another goddamn new year.
All right, well that was wonderful to hear from those guys. I look forward to checking in with them and other special guests in the future. So
yeah, thank you guys.
so as this year in running winds down, what else do we got? We're kind of running low on time.
Running a bit low on time. We might have to carry some of these updates into the next episode, which we sometimes do. I should make sure to we reference Coach Friend's message. I'll share a few snippets from it. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a way to patch any in or not. Given I don't know what sort of the audio file format is.
We can do it. I'll be able to do it.
As I waste some of our scarce time describing file types. So yeah, Coach Friend as he closes out the year. So it's sort of an up and down year. Definitely some injuries, some sickness. It seemed to be a theme for quite a few of us actually, but definitely some ultra life happening. And then as he's closing the year, maybe I'll just share a couple notable sort of thoughts and highlights. So returning to running for joy. So not training for anything, just going out to run. And the next big event, I mean, there's probably some other sort of like, stuff on the horizon for next year, but sort of the next big like goal is actually a canoe, a paddle, the Northern Forest Canoe Trail, which I think is 720 miles, he said, which is going to be a 2025 endeavor, going for the FKT.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, we'll have to check in with him as he gets started on that quest at some point. I can't wait to hear how that goes.
Yep. And other than that, he's just doing row machine to sort of strengthen up for that, and jump fitness, which is like dancing on trampolines with what he describes as a generally older population of women.
Oh, cool. That's great. Like kind of like that old basketball league that was on trampolines.
Yeah.
Or maybe the band Fish playing the song You Enjoy Myself. Or somewhere, maybe he's somewhere in between the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We celebrate, all sorts of stuff here.
Yeah. Yeah. No drummers with vacuums pretending that masquerading as instruments.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we draw the line, though.
Yeah, that's we have to draw it there. So, I mean, I think I got through most of the special guest updates. I've written down some stats, not too important. Well, we can't end the year just with me scrolling through
your phone absentmindedly while playing the audio.
Did we talk about that? Yeah, maybe.
I think I like that. That's fine. No, I think we end the year by. Yeah.
Can I share one end of year update?
Yes, please.
On top of the 50 others we just talked about.
One more.
One more. The next Power Motion Picnic Hour Presents race is going to be the Krampus Classic. Now has a name and a date, the January 27th.
Nice. And it's like you just run as much as you can in a certain period of time, right?
You got 4 hours, and but it's a prescribed course. It's a single loop that you have to do in alternating directions. So more info to come out on that, but
that's exciting. I'm going to do my first run of the year at midnight in Central Park. Right as the bell strikes 2024, doing a 4-mile race. So
on our next episode, we'll have to talk about that.
We might have a special guest. It'll be a whole nother year. We'll have plenty of stuff to talk about. The mailbag will, I'm sure, be bursting considering how much crowdsourcing we've done in this very special year in running celebration.
Yes. Thank you for the fantastic year in running and running podcasting.
Yeah. And, we celebrate all calendars at this podcast. So in some sense, this is the beginning of a new year, but in another sense, this is just another day and just another episode in the middle of season 2 of the Power Motion Picnic Hour.
That's right.
But I think I'm very thankful for you. That's what you say on Thanksgiving, but I'm saying it on New Year's, and to all of our listeners. So thank you, everyone, for being part of this amazing experience, and what a wonderful ride it's been.
Yep, our listeners and our special guests.
And until next year,
onward.
Special guest.
Quite a few of us, actually.
This is the Power